So that's a little bit about the evidence that underpins coaching, and I hope that sort of convinced you that coaching definitely is a good thing to spend this term looking at. I just wanted to draw your attention to two ideas, which I was thinking about myself as a coach and where I think the magic lies. And I think these two ideas sort of sum it up a little bit for me. So the first one is about the link between language and thought. And this was originally kind of articulated by a Russian psychologist called Vygotsky. I don't know if you've heard of him before. He's my favourite psychologist, and I love him because every time I seem to kind of explore a new topic, I eventually do a bit of reading around in the literature, and Vygotsky is always the person that's written most interestingly about it. Vygotsky's work is quite hard to read, quite hard to understand. So I'm also quoting here Roth, who I think does a kind of good, has a good go at kind of explaining Vygotsky's work in a slightly more accessible way. But what Vygotsky was talking about was the link between thought and language. And basically in terms of coaching, what this means is that if you can get your clients to articulate their thoughts, actually put them into words, then it becomes much more real for them. They understand what it is that they think much better for having put them into words. And just sitting on your own and doing a bit of ruminating and thinking doesn't work as well, because the thoughts still remain in this kind of amorphous cloud. It's a kind of idea or a sense of something. Whereas if you can get your clients to actually put them into words, it's much, much better for them. They really clearly understand what it is they mean. So that's the first thing. That's the first place where I think there's some magic in coaching. And the other thing I like is this phrase that Drake comes up with, that a coach is a radical presence. And I love that idea, that it's being there in the room with somebody else that really makes a difference to how you feel. So just being there with the coach, even if as a coach you're not necessarily sure you're doing the right thing, or maybe your coaching isn't going as you wanted, just being there with your client and connecting with them makes a real difference to how they feel and how they think and what they go away and do.